Donald Trump referred to NBA players who disagree with him politically as very dumb. In fact, here he is on Fox Sports Radio's Outkick the Coverage talking about it.
It seems like every time you send a tweet, a executive, a coach, a player, somebody will come out and immediately fire back at you. But yet the NBA is taking billions of dollars from China. There are all sorts of human rights violations going on in China right now. And none of the players and none of the coaches will say a word about that. Does it feel hypocritical that they will rip the United States? They won't stand for the anthem. They'll rip you as the president, but they won't say a negative word about China at all?
Well, I haven't noticed them sending things back at me, but I will say that, I wouldn't be that surprised. Some are very nasty, very, very nasty, and frankly, very dumb.
Okay, look, I was gonna let this go, but I can't help myself. Like the framing of that question. Yeah, dude, yeah. The NBA, they should do lectures on foreign policy in China because that's what their whole expertise is all about. No, they're disagreeing with policing in this country. They feel the need to voice their opposition to the way disenfranchised groups of people, particularly Black people, are treated in this country. But their careers are not about politics anyway. But what was amazing about that answer from Trump in that leading question was that he has the audacity to call other people stupid, especially when during one of his recent press conferences, he said this.
Now we don't have to close it. We understand the disease. Nobody understood it because nobody's ever seen anything like this. The closest thing is in 1917, they say, right? The great pandemic certainly was a terrible thing where they lost anywhere from 50 to 100 million people. Probably ended the Second World War. All the soldiers were sick. That was a terrible situation, and this is highly contagious. This one is highly, highly contagious.
So the last major pandemic happened in 1918, and the Second World War did not happen that early in our history. It happened in 1945. But Cenk, jump in. I don't want to have all the fun here.
Yeah, all right. So let's clarify a couple of things for dum-dum. So look, we all know that it wasn't World War II, it was World War I. He got almost nothing right there. And you could say, hey, maybe that was a slip of the tongue. Okay, but he is now called the 1918 flu, which is known as the 1918 flu. The flu that happened in 1917, he said about half a dozen times. To me, that's more troubling. Why? That means he's impervious to facts. So either no one has told him, oh, Mr. President, you keep saying 1917 when it's called the 1918 flu, or he tells him, he's like, no, it happened in 1917. That's what a moron does. And look, person, woman, man, camera, TV. This is one of the dumbest people that has ever existed, let alone been in office. And what? Look, I point that out all the time, but in this case, I'm super pissed about it because of his over-the-top racism. Whenever he talks about Black people, he always calls them nasty and dumb. No, dumb, you don't know anything. And like a dumb, you make assumptions based on race. Now you think, well, Jake, how do you basketball? Are you sure it's because of race? Get a load of what else he said. Okay, I'm gonna read you the full quote. He said, I think that the NBA is in trouble. I think it's a big trouble, bigger trouble than they understand. Now look at this turn. Frankly, the ice hockey, which is doing very well, they didn't do that. They respected the Moors, they respected what they're supposed to be doing, and they're actually doing very well as I understand it. Why did he pick hockey out of all the sports? Hockey is good. By the way, people are kneeling in hockey. It isn't about politics. White people play hockey. He also mentioned golf. Oh, look at that. Just a total coincidence that the two whitest sports, golf and hockey, are the ones that he picked to say, oh, good job on that. But basketball full of those players, you know how they are. They're very bad. By the way, is he right about the ratings? He of course, everything is ratings for him. In other parts of the interview, he talked about, oh, the ratings are way down. They're not doing as well. Basketball has way better ratings than hockey or baseball. So all of this is because Donald Trump thinks the whole country is racist just like him. That's why they don't like basketball, because it's filled with black players and all those players are dumb. And just by the fact that he's white, he thinks he's a very stable genius. Well, I got news for you, dumb. You're the idiot here. It's 1918. You're in the middle of a pandemic. You might want to remember the giant pandemic that happened in 1918. No, but you never care to do the homework because you're so freaking stupid.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.